when someone loves you, they will not be okay with letting you diminish what you're worth.
Okay, I see it right here. When someone loves you,
Mm-hmm.
they will not be okay with letting you diminish what you are worth.
And that's something I picked up from you a lot.
All right.
Like, you never okay with me just like, oh, no, I'm not feeling it, or I'm not like this. Like, you'll quickly call me out for, like, doubting myself too much.
Right. I understand that someone will give off a certain level or energy of themselves, right? And that's what you'll be placed as. But if you're going to be a $20 bill and you jump to 100, you're going to be held accountable to be a $100 bill for the rest of your life. Or as long as you know me. So if I see Vlad as 1,000% and the next day something's bothering Vlad, right? I can understand. We'll talk it out. We'll see if there's a problem. But if there is no problem, I'm going to hold you accountable to be the best that you can possibly be.
Right.
Right? And especially in times of opportunity. Let's say if you're feeling down and you haven't it's something of ventilation. You need to talk about it. You need answers. And there's people in your life that will either give you those answers or help you find them, right? And considering performance throughout the day, if you're stuck contemplating about things and you're at your all-time low, so to speak, there's no way you can get things done.
Right.
So when I hold you to that standard, I hold myself accountable for making sure that you're able to perform at that level.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So when, if Vlad is a guy who has a heart of gold, right? If I see it's being tarnished by something or someone, got to make sure that's squashed, man. Because there's no way a man can go throughout his life with problems on his back and not take care of them and perform at the best he can be.
Yeah.
It's already hard enough that us men, we have to huddle everything inside and go about day-to-day life. Like, questions won't have answers the moment you realize you have problems. So with that being said, a lot of it can be diminished through just talking to that brother, making sure, I am my brother's keeper. We've said that a lot. We said that a lot.
You bringing that to the back of the days with brothers to brother, yo.
Yeah, man.
That's like...
Tell them what that was, man. Tell them what that was.
Brothers to Brother was an organization, for sure. Not a club, or an organization. Shout out to Mr. Washington. But it's definitely like an initiative for dudes to recognize their worth and act on it, and other people to hold them up.
Yeah.
And I think that inspired us both a lot. Like, even our friendship towards that, Minorities of the Future as well. Like, it takes, like, the friendship or kind of like the value of it takes root in so many different ways, and it leads you throughout life. And that's one big important part of manhood. Not just you being a man, but being surrounded by other men. Being surrounded by other, like, boys who are on the strive towards manhood. It really makes a difference.
It's a journey you can't take alone.
Yeah.
It most certainly is. And I read somewhere that if you have a brother, that brother is the man in your life that you should be holding accountable, right? And vice versa. If you don't have a biological brother, you need to find a brother, right? And I've heard that a lot. And sometimes my biological brothers, they're not on that same energy that I am, right? When I come to them for a specific problem, they either haven't dealt with it themselves or they're not as knowledgeable about it. Right. That's where mentors come in. Right. That's where Vlad comes in, right? If I have a computer question, I'm going to Vlad. I'm not going to someone that I just don't know.
Right.
Right? If I've got a moral, ethical question, or if Vlad has a moral, ethical question that involves some insight, someone who he can trust, he can either fall on myself or someone that he knows that is of the same standard. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And that's having people in different, like, fields of knowledge or field of, like, relations,
right,
that you can always go back and pinpoint stuff with.
Yeah. Because
it's very needed. Like, you don't need what they call an echo chamber. You don't need somebody who's gonna just completely agree with what you say, or somebody who's gonna take what you say and just, like, take it at face value as, like, just a law as whatsoever. You need some people who are gonna challenge you.
Exactly.
And that's something that I've seen in you and our dynamic. We've always been challenging each other.
Right.
Many different ways.
Yeah.
It's very, how do I say? It's like, when you see something that you've gone through, and you see somebody who hasn't gone through it, and it's like, it's almost like clear as day.
Right.
Like, I've seen that a bit with some people. Like, some people, they don't have those people who challenge them. or how they respond to challenges is much different because they're not used to opposition. They're not used to somebody like saying, hey, nah, I don't think that's it, or maybe you need to flesh that out a bit more.